Are we good? Woo! Okay, right. Okay, so thanks for starting this off with a bang. This is about the version 2 ENSIS Roger. I'm lucky enough to be here with Patrick, who's the head designer for ENSIS, and well, Balz has already introduced himself. So I've not used the Roger version 1 or version 2, so I cannot stand here and say anything about it, but you guys can. You know all about it. So the first question I want to ask you is, what has changed? What have you learnt from the version 1 in order for you to be able to improve the version 2?
Well, your turn.
No, my turn. Yeah, was this the Roger V1? We have no a lot of rider. We have Balz, and we say only Balz he can foil with the IKEA bag, and this was on the beginning the problem, and then we starting with the V1, and now we have a lot of feedback from the market, and all this feedback we going into the V2.
Okay.
Well, the case is that we don't know how the discipline or how parawinging going to look like in the future. Till now, we don't know what will be the demanding questions of the riders, the wishes of the riders. All we do know is we need a forgiving product to get started. And let's get straight into the detail. We started with the 3-meter Roger because I wanted that toy so bad. But I'm like the 2% of the 2% of parawingers which want to go upside down and whatever with the parawing. So
I would say the 0.2%, but yeah, no, that's fine.
Maybe the 0.2%, yeah,
So
true.
the first Roger was designed to be technical enough to be able to be used for you for high performance stuff.
But until now, I think it's one of the parawings that's, if you're handling it right, riding it on line tension, pulling you upwind like no other parawing.
Yeah.
It's a really efficient parawing that shoots into the window, but it's a challenging product.
Well, that makes sense, because something designed for high performance needs accurate rider input to get the best out of it. So what you're saying is that for a really good rider, the version 1 is still a really good product, but maybe not for beginners and people sort of who aren't quite as skilled as yourself.
Indeed, yeah.
I think the point that I come from paragliding business, and there we have on the high performance paragliding, you have a speed system, and then you can use the angle of the wing of the glider. You can adjust.
Okay.
On a school paraglider, is this limited,
Right. Yeah.
and on a high performance paraglider, you can do this with cam the front, stall the front, back.
Right.
And that was on the first one, and the first one is great. You can do on the completely wind range. On the wind window, and you have a perfect upwind conditions.
You have this direct response as well. So now the case is, it's all a compromise. As we guys know, the compromise is you have a forgiving, easy product that kind of depowers as well, because our V2, we get into the details, depowers. But the case is as well, it's a compromise to make it accessible and easy, but direct enough so it won't be draggy in turns or whatever.
Yeah.
So the main difference between the V1 and it's not the V2, we're just calling it the Rogers, the added sizes, because we're having now different sizes. We started with 3-meter.
Yeah. Is that still available?
The 3-meter is still available.
Perfect.
And this one will be, I mean, probably we will progress on it as well, but if you want to flip your parawing, that's the one to go. If you want a parawing that really gets you upwind, he's also a really good choice.
Cool.
But the case is, we only started with the 3-meter because that was my one to go.
Yeah.
And then with time, we knew that we probably should have started with a 4-meter looking back now, because the 4-meter is what I would tell is like the one to go size.
Right.
At the same time, I mostly use now 5-meter and 3-meter. So 5-meter is my golden rule because it gets me up in any conditions and you can stuff it away. And the real fun in parawing starts when the parawing is hidden and gone, you know. So that's the case. The parawing gets me up. But now the thing about the new parawings is we created, I wouldn't say a real depower system, but the profile changed its angle, and having the A lines connected with the B lines in different adjustable possibilities, we can actually change the power, the weight on the bar by significantly, almost 40%. Because we weighted on a light wind day, we put weight on the bar, having 12 kilo weight on the A line
Yeah.
without the T-power line. And then adding the T-power line, we got to 8 kilos, 7 kilos. So we almost had 40% less pull on the A line.
Right.
Which kind of creates this T-power system that you can hold it on the front line. And is it the reflex profile that opens up?
Yeah, the reflex profile, it's a soft reflex profile. It's not too much that we have the complete wind range. This is not flagging out too much on the backside. And this bridle makes this one, we cannot do too much pull on the A lines, that we have a front collapse. Also, when we go too much here, then go this the tension go on this line.
Yeah.
This is loose, and then we can hear not too much
Tension.
tension, and the Roger was no collapse at the front.
Yeah, so that's actually the main difference between the first 3 meter and now the new added sizes. This makes the product so much more forgiving in stronger winds because he won't collapse anymore. The first 3 meter Roger was collapsing in stronger winds if you were not handling with care or holding it on the brake lines. And now literally this is standard now in parawinging. So being able to hold it in strong gusts and he flags out is the way to go for an easy accessible parawing.
Yeah.
But this also means we're having a compromise in going upwind because it actually starts to collapse the profile or the power and he won't pull into the wind anymore.
Yeah, there's always a compromise, isn't there?
Yeah.
So this seems to me to be a very refined solution to what most people are just having a Velcro attachment that they can move up and down the bar, but this seems to be a much more technical and advanced solution to that.
Yeah.
That does sound very impressive. Yeah.
And this is the other that we have this here. This can slip in here, and you can do here a leash. And this we say only in flat water. When you're learning, not on the waves, or when in the waves, the leash, then please the quick release from the kite or whatever, that you can click it out the power wing.
Okay.
And this is when the power wing you have moment of out of control, you release the handle and then pull here the middle line to here, and this make the profile.
Breaks the wing, he drops
Totally
into the water.
yeah,
It's kind of a
depowers it.
safety depower
It
system.
collapses the wing.
He folds together and he shoots down, which kind of you can depower it. You can depower it because the safety aspect, it's quite scary. It's quite scary being fully attached to the parawing. So
When I pull here,
bloom.
Okay.
then goes
Yep.
out, and
So
then
it collapses. Yeah.
collapses. And the next one is when you're beginning with power winging in the flat water, and you have here a leash, you have not so much struggle with the bridles. When you are here, the
Always
leash,
connected to.
and this way we make here completely. Then you can hold here. You can hold. That was a little bit too crazy, eh?
No, but the case is if you're
And you can all here. And what is on the front?
He does spaghetti. No, but the case is if you're connected to the leash of the if you're connected if you're connected to the leash with your parawing, the mess will be less of a deal as the bar will not turn inside out through the
I
bridles.
see the principle. That's a really good way to describe it.
for
Yeah.
as
and
a
I know
beginner,
that took you a bit of time to do, but that was quite an extreme mess that you created.
Even normal when it's here so and so.
Yeah.
You can do all what is on the front side.
Yeah.
On the bridle here and on
It
the
prevents it from looping inside and then around.
Indeed.
Yeah, I really like that.
You
That's
cannot
I'd never
when
considered it.
The horrible is when the
Yeah, that's
this
what it's
drops
avoiding.
here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
That's very clever.
but as well we added coming from already the V1, the first Roger version, we made clear where's the leading edge of our parawing with the purple blue colored leading edge. So persons in the water, when they're sitting on the board having the mess, they know straight away what to grab.
Yeah.
We added a dot in the middle of the profile.
Yep.
So you have a handy indication where you should grab and pull it up again.
starting hold here.
And as well as we're
You see there is the middle.
clack. As well as we're having the blue bridles on the front line, the different colors on the bar. So you have a lot of indications on how to handle the wing. And I think that's really important because easy accessibility is what you need, because parawing ain't easy and super easy at the same time. It's like, it's the way how you get at it.
Absolutely. So what are the sizes that you've got now? You've got the original 3.
Yes.
And now you've got
5 for the new 3 version and the 2 meter. And
Awesome.
I'm sure we will work on different sizes maybe as well. We got a 7 meter prototype. We almost drowned because it was a double skin prototype.
Okay.
So it's very exciting times for us parawingers at the moment, because
It
there's
really
so much
is.
going on.
Yeah.
But right now I'm having so much fun with that toy.
You certainly make it look good. I'd love to give it a try at some point. We'll have to see if there's enough time. But thank you so much to both of you for taking the time to explain. I think everyone's going to find this super interesting. Awesome.
Much
Thanks a lot.
appreciated. Thank you, Dominic.
Cheers.